What is your opinion of someone who doesn't have any social media accounts? It might not be a sure thing, but I'd assume that they're well adjusted with regard to validation and such. I'm on here cause it's anonymous, but I don't have Facebook or Twitter or any of that. I do have a Snapchat that I use to send pics of me my fam to my fam. But that's it. I feel like keeping up with social media is almost as boring and stressful as having another job. No thanks. eBay, it only goes two ways. 1. Legit, grounded and genuinely amazing people. 2. Absolute weirdos. Found one to be more prevalent. I only have Reddit and Pinterest after deleting all my other social media accounts, and I've never been happier. I highly recommend. Don't have any social media accounts because, not gonna lie, I really don't care what you did this past weekend. I don't have any social media accounts. I used to have a Facebook but deleted it a couple years ago. I just have no interest in any of it. I guess Reddit might count, but I hardly talk on here and only spend time on here when I am on the toilet. Other than Reddit, which is anonymous, I don't have any. I have a Facebook and a MySpace technically that I haven't deleted, but I haven't logged into them in years. So I guess I would think it's normal and healthy. The closest thing to social media that I use is Reddit, and that looks to be coming to an end. Social media is a toxic wasteland that seems to bring people nothing but stress and angst at best. Good. Keep yourself anonymous. Too many idiots out here saying dumb shit with their names and faces attached. For me, it really depends on how they talk about it. I have a friend who is mean to me and my friends because he barely has any social media and acts like he is better than us for it. Sort of like a vegan who won't shut up about being vegan. But if they're super chill about it, then it's none of my business. A friend of mine deleted all his social media over 6 months ago to improve his mental health, and he said he is so much happier and is more productive. Smart. Or, with all false information, not their ideas, just their private information. Very smart. They must be unbothered about the trends and full of wisdom about real events, which is probably from their experiences, and the books they've read. At peace with themselves. They don't need 1 FK thing from anybody. 0 FKs given. No need for affirmation. All these comments assuming someone who doesn't have social media is well adjusted. Meanwhile, I've deleted social media because of wanting to run away in my depression, and it still hasn't gotten better now. They're probably getting a lot of shit done in real life and aren't being told what to believe or be mad at today by this stupid screen. I grew up that way and I wouldn't have a problem going back. You never see anybody in their yards anymore because there's too many distractions keeping people inside. Just my opinion. Absolute respect. They would strike me as someone who is likely authentic and concerned with living a genuine and offline existence. Honestly, having worked in several large organizations and given the people I've known over the years a social butterfly that I am, smiley face, butterfly, who have left social media. I'm not saying this is always the case, but from personal experience, I'd say a significant number of those people are trying to hide from something or someone or have controlling partners. TBH. The only people I know who don't have any kind of social media are very weird. I don't think it's related, because I also know a lot of very weird people who do have it, but I don't believe it's a sign someone is somehow better than those who have it. Only Reddit, Quora and YouTube. I deleted my Insta, FB, Snapchat couple years ago. I lost contact with a lot of friends, but my relationship with people that actually matters improved. Fair enough. Reddit is the only social media I have if you don't count YouTube, and I'm much happier than when I was on other apps like Snap and especially Instagram. Use social media sparingly if not at all, it's better for you that way. Envy. Is envy an opinion? They're weird about it, like Jesus told them not to use the devil web. I don't have any. I get questioned about it all the time why I don't have it. I like my life, I don't need opinions or likes to justify my existence. My friends have my phone number, they call or text me all the time. Anyone else I feel is just a spectator watching everyone from the sidelines. I've got no time for it. She's too busy living and loving her life exactly how it suits her to waste time trying to sell an image or care about comparisons. No social media and no interest or curiosity about it. Kind of impressive actually. Well, I think she can live without others' validation and have a peaceful life. Let's admit most of the toxicity in our lives was from social media, because the more we get exposed to it the more it feeds us toxic stuff. I'm genuinely jealous of someone who has no social media accounts. The older I get, the more I want to wander off into the woods and never look at a computer again. This is a weird question for someone who was born before the 1990s and lived before social media was a thing. Good for them. One of the few who have their shit together and more control over their own thoughts. A lot less echo chambers and shock value BS to be exposed to. I don't have anything other than Reddit. It's been great for me. You have to be actively engaged in conversation and take time to get to know a person who is not on social media. It takes more effort. And they probably have little concern about the opinions of others and don't need likes, hearts or thumbs up to feel validated as a human being. I only have Reddit and it's weird how many people I see say it's a red flag. I don't have it because every girl I am close to, girlfriends, best friends, my sister, they have all been stalked so badly. These platforms are the Wild West for nonces, abusers, trolls and weirdos. They may still deal with some form of stupidity offline, but they're avoiding a higher volume of it online. I deleted my social media accounts when I was going through a divorce and realized I was much happier without them, so I never went back. I think it's a healthy choice. When my depression gets really bad, I deactivate several of my social media accounts. I'm currently on a break now. It makes life so much better. If they have none, then I envy them. I like someone that isn't on social media. I'm only on here and Instagram, but only because of Reels, FK and Reels. Pretty cool, but just a little frustrating to get in touch with, send a quick video or snap to. I'm assuming it's someone I know IRL and socialize with through posts, Insta, Snap, etc., and not this kind of non-social media of Twitter, Reddit, etc. They're probably really cool NGO. I know someone Earl that does this. They're usually very quiet, but it's really cute. I don't form my opinion about someone based on something so uninformative. That said, I don't use socials besides Reddit and haven't since 2011. I got off of them in their early days. I saw they were a depressive, ego-driven, thirst trap of hate. I admire people with no social media accounts. I'm down to Reddit and Facebook. The latter I use for the local community groups and most importantly to stay in touch with friends and family that live far away. When Elon took over Twitter, I deleted my account. I was addicted to Twitter, and while it was difficult the first few weeks, I am so much happier without that toxic stuff in my life. No lie, I always imagine they have good lungs because it reminds me of people who live in the countryside where there's no smog, confusion. It just seems really inconvenient to have none. It's so necessary for staying in touch with people and up to date on cultural stuff. Like, I don't expect people to have all the social medias, but at least one or two is practical. I guess it depends who you are and where you live though. I don't think I could be friends with someone who completely shuns social media though. I usually assume that they either have very strict parents or they don't consider certain apps, YouTube, Twitch, maybe Reddit, etc. social media. I'm kind of envious. If I didn't have family and friends all over the world, I wouldn't need it to keep up with people and I'd get rid of traditional social media. I think I have a genetic urge to engage in conversations with people on the internet. My grandma did the same thing, so I don't know if I could get rid of Reddit or whatever ends up replacing it. Great choice! I once deleted it, but I thought it was odd for someone to not be on it at my age. But I felt so much more free without it. I think having it to follow certain accounts that are within your niche like fashion, interior design, etc. is fine, but it's harder when you feel like you need it to connect with everyone else. Basically, it's not necessary. People rely on Instagram anyway. I don't have any social media accounts aside from Reddit, and because they're mainly used for gossip and I don't like to get involved with any of that, but to each his own and who gives a f, man shrugging. Aside from Reddit, I don't. Does not count though because Reddit. But I think, awesome. I would do it too, but I currently find myself enjoying Reddit. Am playfully made fun of by some friends who refer to me as grandpa for not having it. I'm 33. It was surprising to me how many women see it as a red flag. Like I must be hiding a wife. Or maybe I'm missing out on dating opportunities by not being on it. I spend too much time scrolling on Reddit. Having it or TikTok would make the scrolling worse. I use Reddit more often nowadays. I had Facebook and I rarely visit it. I have an Instagram account which I log in only monthly ones to see my close friends' updates. I don't use WhatsApp, Snapchat, Twitter, etc. Some of my college friends don't even know I exist anymore. But hey, my life is as peaceful and less stressful as it can get because of this. Internet clout and FOMO are not my cup of tea. I only know that they probably aren't here. Weird that there's Redditors that unironically think that Reddit is not social media somehow. They're like the elusive unicorn of the digital world, living in a land untouched by duckface selfies and cat memes. It reflects a preference for privacy. I have Reddit and a lockdown Facebook rarely used. That's enough. I am not even findable in a Google search, and that is a blessing. Truly, my father is 66 and has used the computer once in the late 90s. Still has a flip phone. Does this count? Good for them. As long as they don't act they think they are better than me because I do have it. To each their own. I have social media because I left all of my friends and family in another state and it's the best way to stay caught up in their lives. If I could, I would delete it all in a heartbeat. Way too much anxiety involved. I wish I could live like that, haha. Reddit is my only social media account and I'm really hoping that these API changes and blackouts make it suck so much that I don't want to use it anymore. I hate social media and I hate being addicted to Reddit, just fine. A lot of social media is a dysfunctional cesspool, mostly by design. They're probably better at using their time and are overall a more grounded person. I actually think people like that are cool. Most of my friends who don't have it have very full lives that they don't have time to get on there. It's their choice, so good for them. Social media is becoming a toxic place for me, especially in FB. It's fine. Not everyone wants it and can be a healthy boundary. I only have Reddit and LinkedIn now. Getting rid of Facebook and Instagram has helped my mental health tremendously. Makes it harder to be in the know, but I keep in touch with good friends and family to know I'm not on Facebook, Twitter or any other social media. Never understood the point. Reddit is all that I have. Not having them at all prob a bit of a weirdo or one of those I'm so much better than you type of people. Having but not really using them prob has a life and things to do.